Alrighty, Dicecraft Mark II. This video is going to be going over a full corrosion team with Lind, Mechty, and Peritya and all that. I'll be doing a separate video that has different comp with a water mixed with fire and with a Klukai borrow. You can check the video out later on. For this video, we'll be picking this buff as well, destabilized execution. We'll be using V0 Lind, V2 Peritya, which is basically the same as V0, V0 Mechty, and a V6 Ksenia, which also is pretty much the same as a V0. We'll be borrowing a V6 Klukai for this team. Make sure she doesn't have a fixed key that has her alt with the shorter width. Make sure that she doesn't have that. We want her to be hitting wide this time with this boss. All the other keys doesn't really matter which one they're having. Just pick one that suits you, or pick one that the owner of this support Klukai gave it to her. Let's go. Alright, so we'll be putting Lind right here. She'll be starting there. We want her to be reaching this tile on her first turn. Peritya, she's fine sitting right there. Mechty, we'll be putting her right here. We're gonna park her right there. She's not gonna be moving since we gave her one of the new expansion keys. All this long text to tell you in the short version. She's gonna be sitting still. You won't be able to do much with her, but she's going to be sleepwalking and shooting things while she's asleep. We're going to keep her asleep this whole time right there. Ksenia, she's going to start there. Klukai, she's going to be starting there. Alright, so with this Gunsmoke boss, you'll be killing these 3 pillars, and then you're going to be hitting the boss. As long as these 3 are alive, the boss isn't really going to take a whole lot of damage, like at all. So we're going to be killing these first before touching the boss. Most of your score is going to be coming from knocking down or killing these pillars, since they have quite a decent amount of HP on them, and they have some modifiers that make them extra tanky. So if you don't really manage to kill the boss, don't be too disappointed. If you don't really punch him too much, don't worry too much, you'll have decent amount of score as well. Just focus on killing these pillars right there. Alright. Start with buffing Klukai. So with Mechty, she's asleep. You have an option to wake her up, but we're not going to do that. The whole point for this Gunsmoke is to keep her asleep. I'm going to end turn. I'm going to let her do that. Now we're going to move Peritya to right there. Attack this pillar right there as well. With Klukai, we're going to be hitting alt. So, with one alt, one sweep, you're going to be hitting all 3 of these. It's kind of important to have her not equipped with the key that reduces the width, so that she'll be hitting all 3 of these. After this, we're going to move on to the left side. Alright, and then I'm gonna move it here. Alt right there. Or alternatively, just start from there as well. Alright, she'll be hitting all 3 of these. Okay, so we're gonna be ending turn right here. The reason is let's see. Let's start with where Mechty is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 tiles away from the boss. And Klukai right now where she's sitting on before ending turn is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So same turn as the immobile Mechty, or a tile further than her. It's okay to park her in the same distance away from the boss as well. So what this does is the boss has an attack where it shoots at the closest and the furthest enemy target. That's us. When there are people with the same distance away from the boss, they will prioritize in hitting the support units. So once you get hit with this, you do all of that, applies punishment for 2 rounds. What this does is, while you take damage from getting hit by him, you also get a bonus to attack. Damage taken is increased by 5%, a debuff, but attack is also increased by 5%, and it can be stacked right there. We're going to be letting Klukai, our support Klukai, eat all of that all the time. Lind. Generally speaking, you'll be having Klukai go before Lind. I've seen some cases, some people arguing that you really should be having Lind go and then let Klukai go later. Honestly, it's only day 2 of the Gunsmoke Frontline boss that we have. The situation is a little bit different than what you have over back at the Chinese server when they had this. So just test away if you think either way works better for you. But in my case, having Klukai go before Lind was better, at least on my end, so take it as we will. Oh, and you probably equipped Lind with the radio invitation fixed key as well. What this basically does is you select one person or one doll, and then they'll be pretty much immobile. They can't really use any skills or whatnot. They can't even move, but every enemy on the field have their defense reduced by 15%. This can stack with all sorts of different debuffs we have. This is an entirely separate debuff, and this effect is stackable. So let's say if you have a debuff that reduces someone's defense by 50%, if you add this together you got 65, which is huge. This 15% is much bigger than you think. We're gonna select Mechty. And then we're gonna use our alt. If you start Lind being here with her alt, she's obviously going to hit all of these, including these 3 pillars. If you have a high V level, a V6 ideally, if you have a V6 Lind, you'll be using an alt right now. And if you have a high V level, you'll still have the what do you call it, the points to use this skill. But I can't use it right now since I don't have a V6. I have a V0, so we're gonna use this here. That's 5% bonus right there. This AoE attack. We're trying to have the boss hit these pillars with that AoE attack while trying to hit us in the way. This way it mitigates some of the bonuses that these pillars provide. You can read about that later on by clicking open what these things have. I'm not going to bore you too much with the details right now. Alright, so let's go by. Alright, so you see these icons? These are debuffs, but they provide a bonus if you cleanse them. See, this one's, for instance, cannonade correction, damage taken is increased by 10%, considered a debuff, but can be stacked. If this effect is cleansed, gains calibration analysis for 2 rounds. Critical damage is increased by 5%, can be stacked. The final shackle, mobility is reduced, this is a debuff, but if it's cleansed, all units on this unit's side gain cracked shackle for 2 rounds. Attacks ignore 1% of target's defense, can be stacked. So, cleanse all your important units. In this case, we'll be cleansing Klukai almost all the time. There we go. Gonna have Peritya do her own thing. Alright, so here's something rather unorthodox. We're sending her over here, all the way to here. Then hit this part of the screen. Alright, and then over here. And put her back right there. This way, the Klukai kept getting hit by the boss's AoE attacks. She's in his way, and that way Ksenia is gonna have she doesn't have to move anywhere else to buff Klukai yet again on next turn. Mechty, we're gonna end the turn. Then Lind, we're gonna use this. There we go. It is exactly at the same, enough amount of range to hit all of these with her second skill shot right there. We want to be parking her right there. This is going to be the pretty much the same cycle until all these three pillars die. Once those 3 pillars die, you just focus fire on the boss until it dies. The boss itself is actually surprisingly squishy once all these pillars die. You're not gonna have too much trouble. Alright, we got boxes. We're gonna be picking this one up. Before you go, buff her. Alright, pick up the box. Go. Lots of damage. Good, good. Oh, I forgot about that. Well, it doesn't really matter much, I suppose. Try to have Peritya go before Klukai next time. Okay, and turn. Alt again. Just alt all those nicely. Alrighty. Back to buffing people. I have enough damage to do this. Hang on. Let's do it. Just enough to kill that pillar over there.
今のうちよ。はっ。どうってことないわ。
There you go. All three pillars are dead. And now move on to smacking the boss.
どうってことないわ。
Once the boss's stability is reduced to 0, he starts doing different attacks. Normally he will be hitting the closest and furthest enemy target if he doesn't have if he still has stability points. Since he doesn't anymore now, the attack mode changes. Deals AoE physical damage equal to 100% of attack all targets within 5 tiles. For each enemy target hit, gains 1 stack of escalating punishment for 2 turns. What's escalating punishment? Defense is reduced by 1% and attack is increased by 1%. So every target hit that's us, the boss gets reduced amount of defense. So what you're gonna do, since his stability point is 0 now, you're gonna be putting Klukai a little bit closer than before. So 1, 2, 3, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sitting right there. Doesn't really matter, you can just put it closer as well. Okay, Mechty, end turn. Lind goes. Okay, turn 5. We have extra boxes spawning. You pick them up, you get an increase in damage. So what are we going to do? We're going to move practically everyone to this side rather than from here. We'll move Ksenia to here. Buff Klukai once again. Okay. Move Peritya to here. Doesn't really matter, just anywhere. Okay. Use Alt. Klukai is going to pick up that box and alt around. You may notice how easily I'm chopping the HP of the boss. He dies so quickly once you take out all these pillars. Oh, this is a small mistake I did over there. You could be sending Lind to this tile over here, but I suppose it's not going to make a whole lot of difference anyways. I'm going to continue keeping Klukai top so that she can move around freely when she gets it buff. She still has the box buff, so she's not going to pick up the box right now. Alt around, then come back.
ってことないわ。
何が引っ張らないでよ。何が言いたいの？ちゅ、めんどくさ。
Alrighty. Easily dying at turn 7 right now.
はいはい。チップはもらうよ。
今です。訓練の成果ね。
Yep, only 2% left, but I should be dying with if I'm scoring critical hits. Or very close to dying.
交代するなら今のうちよ。
Oh, he's dead. There you
ど
go.
うってことないわ。
Alright.
やっと
Didn't even do a second sweep. That's how it's done.
帰ったら一
Check the
日寝
damage
ても
output.
いい？やばい。
There you go.
もう
Klukai,
気分
the
が
borrowed Klukai did a little over 6 million damage. 6 million damage. Peritya, Lind, Mechty, they all contributed enough. Not really enough. But they contributed some amount of damage output, but all of my own units were functionally the same as V0 units. I would say this is a relatively low investment comp, but as long as you didn't skip on getting Mechty and Lind, this is how you do it with the cheaper units, a full corrosion team. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later with a different video.